are listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
Come on, camera! What is on my piece of tissue on my hand? Come on. It won't work no matter what I do. Come on, camera! I hate you with a passion, camera. Come on. Okay. It won't work. See? Now that's the inside of my colon. I can't fix it. I don't know what to do. Hold on. There we go. All right, all right. right, all right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Friday. It's August 25th, 2023. How are we? Are you mother? You see? In the corners? No wire hangers. I can't. I swear to God on my life. No. Play that fucking game. Fucking stay. Stay. Hey, everybody, I'm just kidding. I'm joking around. What are you guys doing? Hey, it's all an act until somebody gets dead. Well, welcome to the show. We're going to do a little bit of a LinkedIn table tonight. Yep, the Link Up Show. I want you to link in with me when I drop the link in the chat. Yeah, that's right. This way you join the show, you speak your mind. I put a members video out there earlier today. It sucks, but it's something to look at. And I'll get better at the member videos once I get into it. This weekend, I plan on a whole new me. I've come up with this new personality, and I'm going to try it out. It's going to be the I don't give a crap attitude. Yeah, we're going to try it out in public. Yep, this weekend. That's right. So, we'll see what happens. But tonight I want to talk about everything that's been going on in the last week. I want to know how you felt. I want to know where you're going, how you doing, do you care, all that stuff. Capiche? Nah. All right. Well, you know what to do. And I'll put the link in the chat room as soon as we're done with the short roll call because you guys were late. Jeanette with the £5, £5 super chat. It's pure love here at Goof On. First thing in the evening. Well, Jeanette was here. I wasn't. Welcome to the show, Jeanette. Thank you very much for the continual support. Continuing support to Goof On. And I can't thank you enough. And you also threw down $12.04 with a lot of love on the PayPal. That's right. You can help support Goof On the same way Jeanette did. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal preferred. The Cash App. Or join as a member. Which brings me to one of the next things, the members. We'll talk about that in a second. Jeanette, thank you. Glenn Croy throwing down a 10 spot. That's £10, £10 super chat. I'm sorry. Super dono. What did I say that for? It's a super dono. It's pure adulterated love right here on Goof On. We all know where we stand. Salud. Thank you for the $10. Glenn, you're a continuing supporter of Goof On. And Monkey Man throwing down some super dono love as well. That's Deuces Wild, folks, because the number 2 is for me and you. Every day we do it. Hey, where you going? Ha! Number 2. Hey. Everybody understands 2. All right. Thank you, Monkey Man. Mucho gusto. See, look at that. Look at how it went. It went 5, 10, 20. What comes next? 100, 200. You see the pattern? Joking. Come on. I would never do that. I don't even have a child to dress up as a clown, jumping around saying, "Praise the king! Praise the king!" Apple does not fall far from that upside down tree. Dorothy Hawkins throwing down $2 super dono. It's pure love at Goof On. Thank you, Dorothy. I got to tell you, you guys really put the of in love. You do. You do. My L needs your of. Actually, my L needs your oven. For loving. Ow! Boom, bang, bang. That's how you write them. I write the songs that make the whole ufology sing. I write the songs that make Corbell stink. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you, Dorothy. Continuing supporter of Goof On. Paula Faust! And welcome to the show, Dorothy. Paula. It's Paula Petrolunga. Anybody know that name? Paula Petrolunga? Happy days. It was Arthur Fonzarelli's girlfriend when they were young, when he dropped out of school in 8th grade. Paula Faust throwing down a $3 super sticker. I know what it really means. It's pure love right here at Goof On. You can't fool me with that super sticker. I know the true meaning of a dono when I see it. I don't know much, but I know I love you. Thank you, Paula. I am crazy, and I know I can't handle it, 'cause I'm lazy, and I like to shake my hang tight. Huh? All right, let's look, 82. I'll be surprised if we hit 100 tonight. Friday's our worst night. And there's a lot of shows on. But who cares? Who cares? It's just us. It's more quaint this way. Who needs all those people? I know what you're saying. Just get started with the show, right? Maybe I'm not ready. All right, here's what we got to do tonight. So we're going to talk about the things that have been going on in the last week or two or whatever. You can talk about pretty much anything you want. All right? But the rules of engagement tonight are as such. You got to wear shirt. Got to wear clothes. Okay? No Muppets. No animals. No talking parrots. Just people. I'm just throwing down the rules. What else? If you're not talking, mute your microphone, or I'll have to mute you, and you don't want me to mute you, because then I'll forget I muted you, and then you'll be the show, so just follow the rules. Nobody will have a problem. Oh, and also, keep your answers short and sweet. Detail a little bit if you have to. Nobody's going to cut you off unless you start going into back in 1962. Driving down the road, show a light. None of that stuff. We don't need any more Riley Martins joining the program. You know who Riley Martin is? All right, so here's the topics I really want to stick with tonight. Ryan Graves the Mexico hearings. What do you think that'll look like? All right, we'll talk about that, because that's going to be really important. I believe these Mexico UFO hearings are going to make the U.S. UFO hearings look like nothing. I think we're going to be quite shocked at what's going to happen during that Mexico UFO hearing. I also want to talk about, believe it or not, the Ryan Graves sighting. If you've seen it, I can play a little bit of it for you so you can have a little refresher course on it. I played some of it last night with Michio Kaku talking about it. But I think, yep, I left the sighting here. He's got, it's a 2 hour, I think. He's got 2 hours of recording or something, right? 7 minutes and 30 seconds he posted up on Twitter. And, you know, I looked at that video a few times. And, you know, if he saw it for 2 hours, that is interesting. It doesn't mean it's not a plane in front of him, you know, on the same course, on the same flight path. I mean, because in a way, it looks like it in some places. Oh, this thing's been in front of us for at least an hour. It's going the same speed, same altitude. It's as if it's following us in reverse. I mean, it's probably a plane in the distance, but we'll never know. But talk about that if you want. Also, injuries in UFOs. You can talk about that. And are they a psyop? Yappa-dappa-doo. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get you guys kicked off with the Ryan Graves video first, because it's fun to make fun of him. And I just want you to see this. Not the whole thing. We'll play a minute or two, but it's rather interesting. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's going to be on the test tonight. No audio. No audio, huh? Yeah, there's no audio. Isn't that weird? Why is there no audio? Yeah, this is his sighting. So there we go. We got that huge dot. It's coming closer. A little vibration from the plane. I mean, right there, he's getting all excited about that, you know. Nothing on radar. I mean, do you see anything, kids? You know what I mean? This is like Corbell trying to be legit. I took myself out of the picture so you can see the absolute void of space that he captured. And then comes in the white, the light, the dot. Looks like a heartbeat right there. $6 million man. She's breaking up. She's breaking up. We've built him stronger. Faster. Dun, 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 dun. Quicker. Dun, 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 dun. She's breaking up. She's breaking up. Now he'd be the $6 billion man. They should make a movie like that. Do a legit one. Isn't this sighting great? This is why I wanted to show it to you. So Ryan Graves must have gotten on some ayahuasca and really went to the stars, like legitimately. I'm even fast forwarding clicks here and there. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Out of focus. Good boy. I don't understand what's wrong with my camera. I don't know why it does this. It must be the electromagnetic waves coming off of the UFO trying to... That's what they're doing. They're trying to lock us out of my camera. I can't focus. That's Ryan Graves. I feel something in my head. I think my brain is detaching from my skull. You know, one of those guys going to have his brain. I mean, this is it. It's on play. This is it. It's me and darkness. Hello, darkness. That's what Rick James used to call Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy. Darkness. It's a true story. Isn't this the best sighting you've never seen? It doesn't get... That's why I took my face out of the thing. I wanted you to see the beauty of Ryan Graves' sighting. It just unbelievable. The details. I mean, it's almost like you're looking into a void of nothingness, but in reality, it's everything at once. I just blew your mind, didn't I? Oh, here comes that's the beginning of life itself. That's life before the Big Bang. Ryan Graves, where's Avi Loeb when you need him? You found the beginning of life itself. We hit 100 live for the first time ever. We've never had 100 here before. Thank you. Let's see if we can get to 101. Here comes that dot. Look at that dot. Good job, Ryan Graves. What do you got there? I swear it's not a satellite because, you know, we looked. Didn't see any. I don't know any satellite that'll fly around for 2 hours, you know. Yeah, this is great, isn't it? It's why I did this. Tell me if you can guess what I'm doing now while I'm flying to the void of blackness. Tell me what I'm doing now. Oh, man. Stop it, Chicky. Holy shit, it's doing... It's SOS, Charlie. This sucks. You see why I wanted to do this way? I wanted to give you a real point of view. 7-minute video. We've got 6 minutes and 19 seconds of pure darkness. Look at this. I mean, you would think that I'm like holding it, you know, but I'm not. Here we go. This is the highlight of the sighting, by the way. We've got a smoldering of light out in the distance. I don't know. It's anywhere between 140 miles, 200 miles. Can you believe that? This thing is about 140 kilometers, he said, to 200 kilometers away. And he thinks he's got a UFO. Where is it, really? No, I'm serious. I thought there was a lot more action. This is very confusing to me. You know, I don't know where... What the hell just happened? There's more to this, I thought. I really thought there was like a lot. It's almost as if I skipped over it. But I didn't. This is worse than I thought. All right, here's the best of what he's got. That's it. Can you guys tell what that is? All right. So that's that, guys. I don't know what to tell you. But the guy's trying to make a hell of an impact with that terrible, terrible sighting. It's absolutely embarrassing what this field will accept. Especially with all the Jeremy Corbell stuff. So... I'm going to bring you guys on in a second. Doesn't mean we have to stop at 9. Oh, yeah, we do. All right, let me bring you in. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so used to doing a show by myself, I get out of control. All right, I'm going to bring you in. Let me remove what's up here. Unpin that. All right. this link to join the show. Bink, bonk, bink, bink, bink. Go. And I'll pin it. And there it goes. And now we do this. Join the show with the pinned link. See? Now I'm going to do something else. I'm going to get rid of this. Let me get rid of this so we don't have to look at it and do that. I don't even like that, to be honest. Let me get rid of that. I'm not in the mood. There we go. I got our first speaker. I better get to this person before they melt. That's a hint. Anybody want to guess? Before they melt. Ice cream shots. What do you say? How do you be?
What's up, Richie? How you doing, brother?
You know, all right. Thanks for asking. Glad you can make it. Always good to have somebody who likes to speak their mind. So what's going on?
I mean, I feel your frustration, Rich. I do. They are they're getting desperate, man. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, it's sad in a lot of ways. I mean, it's just that their Grush is falling apart, Rich. They're not getting him in a clearance. It doesn't look like, you know, they don't know what to do. The committees are kind of not looking like they're going to happen. And Graves might be panicking a little bit because he's the one that got the least amount of shine out of the whole hearing. Everybody else said Grush was the star, and then Fravor was firsthand experience, and then he was kind of just the tag along. And then he's the guy that comes out with a video. That's really interesting. And he's the one that's got the biggest kind of stake out there with this new organization he's trying to put together. And the video's horrible, but Richie, you know they're going to buy it. He knows they're going to buy it. These people that are hook, line, and sinker with him, they're just going to ignore it, even though it's just a dot. And we all know it doesn't prove anything. And to be honest, it looks like a Starlink satellite, like I've heard. And I think that makes a lot of sense. But it's crap. They're desperate, Rich. Come on, you know that.
Yeah, I know they are. I know. I've got other people who are joining in too, so I'm going to bring you guys in one at a time. But ice cream shots, the thing is, everybody gets excited over nothing. It's really weird. It's like they push you just because you gave an effort, right? Oh, yeah. Jeremy Corbell's okay because at least he's trying. At least we're talking. You know, that's their thing. At least we're talking about ufology.
And we've been talking about it for 80 years. When are they going to learn that that's not enough? We need to move on from that at this point. We got to have some real evidence. And I know you're going to bring more people in, but I at least wanted to mention quick before we get to it, maybe the Mexico thing too, is like, you know, what do we, that was a little distracting.
I mean, what do I say? I say, you know, be prepared, be ready, have your microphone on mute. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. I just, the Mexico thing, it's going to be hard for me to believe much coming out of there. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know how much we can trust coming out. I mean, they've released videos before, right? That one jet that it ended up being a bunch of like an oil plant, right? All the lights in the sky. That wasn't. Or didn't they release that? Mexico had a UFO video they put out some years ago.
Which one?
It was like from one of their jets, and it showed like a line of orbs out in the sky, and people said that was actually from like an oil refinery or something. They were like smokestacks.
Oh,
yeah.
Talking about Mexico.
Mexico, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2014, I want to say, or 2008, I believe. Yeah, it was early.
It was old, yeah. And then a lot of people were big into that. So, I mean,
actually, it was 2004. Sorry.
No, you're good. But yeah, I mean, so it's hard to, you know, they didn't really do too much research into that. So I don't know how much evidence we can take from them that's going to be, you know, hold much water.
I hear you. I'm watching people come in, they're bouncing out, they're coming back in. They're the guy who I brought on, he disconnected. Hey, Wilca, how you doing?
Hey, Rich, how's it going?
Oh, you know, I do. How are you?
Yeah.
Hey, all right. So what's on your mind?
Well, lots on my mind, but I want to talk about this satellite he picked up. Now I found, I filmed it. I was on the East Coast. I put it on my website or my YouTube channel, and it's a satellite that's flying across the sky. Now, my satellite, which intrigued me, was sunset, and so it was still bright out, and I was able to see it.
Yeah, of course.
Right,
Yeah,
and I've never seen that before. So, like, I just posted it, and I even said in the comments or the description of the video, maybe a satellite. I don't know, because it's the first time I've seen it.
It's the best time to see them. As soon as the sun goes down, it's the angle, and they're really high up still, you know, so they still get the sunlight. So the sunlight reflects off the solar panels.
Weird.
Boom.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're in the atmosphere, which is really weird.
Right. And what cheese me is this crap when they're saying UFO, they're saying whatever, but that's just the clickbait stuff, right? And everybody does it. Like, come on. But he should put in the description of that video stating, you know, maybe a satellite, maybe this or maybe that. But, you know, it doesn't happen, does it?
It doesn't.
No.
They go factual, like this is what I say it is, and that's that, because I couldn't find any other answer. So it's aliens.
Yeah. So
yeah, and it's
crazy.
the worst.
Yeah, it's a cheese. It teases you off, right? Like, it really does.
Might be. Oh, sorry. Ice cream shots. You want to say something real quick?
No, it's nothing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Might be.
Rich, can you hear me now?
Man. I can hear you then.
All right. You might be the go-to UFO guy. I have a short video, a YouTube short, but they allowed it to be 1 minute, 1 second because it's real. Why don't you go to this? It is simply real UFO and 2 aliens dot 2014. So one last time, it's real UFO and 2 aliens dot 2014. You go watch that.
What is that, a website on YouTube? Where do I go to find it?
I'll be back next week.
Where do I go to find
do your homework?
YouTube? Where do I go to find this?
That is valid. Yeah.
One more time. Where do I go to?
And 2 aliens dot 2014.
Where do I go to find this? YouTube?
It's 1 minute, 1 second. It's the longest short out there because it's real. And they decided to keep it.
I'm on there. I don't see it. There's a ton of other videos that come up. I see alien abduction official trailers.
UFO.
Yeah, I typed it
AND.
in.
And you make the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spell it.
Yeah. That's why you said 2. Yeah. Yeah.
ENS.
So REALUF. What's that?
14. And it's going to be kind.
All right. Well, enough of that. It's not working out. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes looking for a video that they allowed to be shown for just 1 minute and 1 second, and wouldn't let me speak, and filibustering. He took off. I didn't cut him out. He just left. So another hit and run.
Could be a leg issue, Rich. Like he was legging out or something.
Oh, come on. I don't think so.
No, you're probably right. I'm just too nice of a guy. I'm Canadian, so I think the positive things, you know. So it's hard for me to think negative.
Yeah. Canadians are up in heaven, and we're in the middle. We're in limbo in Mexico's hell.
Yeah, the CIA jumped in like Art Bell's show and knocked it off the air for him there.
Yeah, that's what happened. All right, it's possible. Didn't he say it was real UFO 2, the number, aliens dot 2014?
Could have been, Rich. He lost me really early, you know.
I mean, I followed it to a T, so I know I wasn't wrong.
I mean, I think he said the video was from 2014. I feel like if there was something amazing from then, we'd already known, you know, probably already seen it. It's got to be something new, right? You know, for us to really be shocking, you know?
Well, when he said real UFO, I was thinking of that channel, Real UFOs, where they show everything.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's what it is, but I typed in exactly what he said because he said it 19 times, and I don't see it. He said it's a short. I don't see a short. So, sorry, Chief.
It is what it is. What can you do, you know?
It is what it is. We also have Greater Funsburg. What's up? How you doing? All right. Now, that guy's never coming back, ever. Ever. That's the second time I gave that. I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, the second you pull him on, he stands up and walks away.
Yeah, I brought him on before.
Oh, man.
And he did the same thing. He starts, and all this. Hey, there he is. Hollywood. What do you say there, Chief? Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah. If I could have heard what you said, that would have been interesting. You're muted. You're muted. There you go. Is this like the strangest night? Is it a new moon?
Yeah, his main mic is muted too. It might be on his headset. He needs to pop his headset mic down. It might be.
Yeah, Hollywood, you're not muted, but you're muted. We can't hear you. He's all right. All right. Well, he'll come back.
Well, what do you think about the Mexico hearings, Rich? I mean, I know you went over a little bit on the show the other night, but what are you thinking? You think we're going to get anything that you could actually take as legitimate evidence out of any of that?
I do. I think they're going to show us some stuff we probably have already seen. And my thing is, when they start doing that, everybody on the planet is going to say it's not real. I just have a feeling, because Mexico is so enamored, like way more gullible than any American when it comes to this stuff. I mean, you can show them a balloon, the string, and tell them it's a alien with a lizard tail, and they'll go, oh yeah, it is, and it's like no research, they just believe. And I have a feeling their government kind of goes in that direction too, and they're going to be a little bit excited to have this out there in the open. They're going to show us what they think is the best of the best. They're going to try to one-up the Americans, and I think we're going to see something we've seen before and something we've never seen before, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
There.
No,
but
yeah.
But they're also bringing in who? Ryan Graves. He got asked to go, and I think Grush is going there too. Andrea Coran made a visit here, but I don't know if you could hear us, see us, or are you there? She's here, but not really. Hello?
Oh, can you?
Yeah. Andrea? Andrea? In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Ghost. This can't be.
I was going to say, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
I was going to say about this Mexico hearing thing. I'm just getting this vibe off of maybe it's going to be a lot of wordplay, just like the States. They're going to follow suit. So they're going to get a lot of third-party evidence and stuff like that. Just a bunch of wordplay. No pure evidence quite yet. And they'll do it just like the States. The States is the running of it, and everybody's going to follow suit, and they're going to do the same crap to everybody else around the world. Canada's going to get involved and do the same crap,
Yeah, I mean, I think Graves and Grush going, and to me that sounds kind of like the fix might be in. I mean, why do they even need them? I mean,
because their story, jobs, it's their in the military. I believe that panel. Yeah, that's another thing. I'll let whoever joined here say. And I got some tidbits about that I picked up on today, but yeah, we'll get into that when it comes.
On what? The invasion?
No, it's something that was said during the congressional hearing, the last one with Grush in it.
Well, just bring it up. Yeah.
Well, you got people joining. You got somebody here that's.
Oh, they're frozen.
Oh, okay.
Sounds interesting. Well, I want to hear it. So.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I've talked to my wife about it. I've been bugging my family about it. And it's been bugging me. And I have a sighting. I've seen something, right? In 2014. Now, I went to third phase moon. I did a call-in about it just to get the word out. If anybody else has seen something like this. And I've been doing it for a long time. And so it's come to my attention, that apparently, I forget names. I'm bad with names. I'm really bad with names. So you guys are going to have to help me out here. During the talk, David Koresh is in the middle. Who was on his left? Do you remember? And he was a pilot, Navy pilot, I believe.
I can't remember off the top of my head right now.
Sorry, David Fravor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On his left, our right.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
that's his right, our left.
Yeah.
His right.
I'm thinking you were thinking like behind him.
No, if Grush is facing us and we're with Grush, he's on our right.
Yeah, Fravor, yeah.
Fravor, I believe it is, the Navy pilot. Right. Yeah. So he states in his testimony, whatever they're doing there, that he was seeing objects in 2014 and 2015, I think, or 2016. It was only like a year or two gap that he mentioned. And it kind of dawned on me. And I'm like, well, holy crap. Okay, hold on a second. So I seen something in 2014. He's seen something in 2014. And I found out that somebody in the southwestern part of the States has seen something in 2014. So there was something. And regardless how evidence, whatever he has, I firmly believe something was there. And I know what I seen, right? It was low enough for me to see with no evidence. And that's just once again, why would you believe me? So at this point in my life, it's not about you guys. And it's not about it's about me. And it's about my insanity and what I seen, what I need to know what the hell it was. Because obviously it was something.
So you're making a correlation between them seeing their things and
I want to get a hold of him personally. I doubted he would talk to me. But anyway.
With that being said, the Nimitz incident happened in November of 2004. Okay. In December of 2004, I captured the very first UFO fleet ever captured, I think, over America at this size. There have been fleets before, like 2 or 3, but I've had like 20 to 30. And that was exactly a month after the Nimitz in Arizona.
So it makes you wonder, right?
It did. When the Nimitz came out, it made me think, wow, that was only a month later I started seeing stuff. Very strange.
Very.
Makes you think. And that's why I was trying to, I can relate. Yeah, that's really cool.
Mine were dots though, Rich. Like I know I've said this before. Mine weren't. It was so low, Rich. I seen, if I could see detail, there was detail.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was low. It was like 200 feet in the air.
Oh, I didn't catch you
I don't
say
know
that.
the height, but it was pretty freaking low.
Damn.
Like, slow. No, not slow. Steady, fast pace. It was like nothing could stop it from going where it was going. It was almost like a tank that had it full throttle.
Oh, cool.
You know, tank speed, full throttle. It's fast, but not that fast. It was like that. In metallic, no seams. It was so smooth. And it got that reflective surface on it as a drop. I keep saying drip. I used to say drip a lot. People from MUFON, I guess, said drip. You're always looking for a drop, sorry. If you're always looking for evidence, look for drop. A lot of people say drop, not drip. Right?
What does that mean? What do they mean?
I don't know. I don't know. It's just how people hashtag things and label things. They say drop. They don't say
makes
drip.
No sense to me.
Right? Maybe it's one's an action, one's an shape. A drip is the action.
Oh.
And a drop is the shape.
You mean it looked like a drop?
Yeah, like a teardrop.
Holy mackerel.
Okay.
Solid, so low, Rich. It had little wings at the tip of it. Like, so, man, I wish I had
That's cool.
I wish I had, and it was over where I'm living now. Like, right where I'm sitting. Like, I was just outside, chumming on my phone. I looked up, and there it was flying across the sky.
Did you hear anything?
Nothing. Not a freaking peep. And the only way I looked up, because I just looked up.
Yeah.
And there it was, just flying across my sky. And I got my wife to go, what the hell is this? And then she's describing it the way I've seen it. She believes it's some hot air balloon. I go, okay, sure. If that's what you believe, sure. Like if you've seen many hot air balloons fly that way, you know what I mean? It wasn't going up in the sky; it was flying across our sky, and a rounded end was leading the way. And it had a little slit. It looked like a wing. And obviously, in my mind, if you have it on one side, it's going to be on the other, right? So you can see a little slit here. Well, there's the camera, like a little slit at the point where it comes down to a point.
Yeah,
and there's like a little slit in there for maybe a wing, but
yeah,
at this point, why would you need that if nothing is showing jets, nothing, just a solid metal drop is what it was, solid.
Well, I can show you something. Maybe this'll
and third phase, and I'm wearing a t-shirt right here. Look at this.
I mean, look at these little. I mean, if you look at these, they got little things on the sides.
No.
Like, see, here's one.
No.
Look at
Not
that.
Even close.
I figured it out. I debunked it.
Yeah.
Nothing. They don't look like this at all.
No.
See, I imagined it. I imagined it looked like this, bro.
They look like eggs.
At 100 feet above Kawartha Lakes, like flying so low.
And it looked like a drip?
It didn't look like it. It was.
But it was so bizarre. Yeah,
it was solid, just a shiny. And then the light, so because it was sunset, and the light hit it from the sun, it was just white. So white. The reflection off the sunlight, right? And it was a red sunset. So my question is, how could it reflect white if red is reflecting then? So this metal, whatever they're using, can attract all this lighting, all this light or something that we can't. Well,
it's reflecting the sun, yeah.
But the sun is reflecting red in our atmosphere, so it had a red sunset, and so therefore it was right on the buildings.
Yeah, I guess I
right.
Hear what you're saying,
once it hit the craft, boom, white, just pure white near the end of it. I'm just like, whoa. And I've been searching ever since 2014. I've been looking on the northeastern coast of Canada, through the oceans, Greenland. I found some weird shit, man. And I put it on through my YouTube channel, but I'm still searching. And now I'm searching southwestern part of the coast of the United States. And because it's like, that's the direction-ish it was coming. So I've been going to Google Maps and Google Earth on my phone and just searching, just looking for any evidence of anything.
Yeah, that UFO drip has been seen a lot. I think there was a case of, it wasn't the Cash Landrum case at all, but yeah, there was a case where,
just it reminded me of something that I was going to say before, third phase, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead with that. I'm looking.
Yeah. So back in 2014, I was with third phase 2012. That's kind of roughly when I was with them.
Oh, wow.
Right? Yeah. Right. I used to listen to the call-ins a lot. I love that stuff. And I thought they did pretty good there. They've changed their tone. They've changed with the times, whatever, right? And kudos to them. But that's what I like, the old third phase movie, right?
Yeah, everybody.
More personal. And once it got too unpersonal, like there was thousands. I remember there was only 40, 50 people in the chat, man.
Wow.
I remember that. And then it was like, once it hit 1,400, I went, I opt out. I went, I can't. Like, why do they need my $10 a month when they have 1,000 people in their chat? I just went, it's okay. I can't even be seen or heard or nothing. Not like it used to be, right? So, but anyway, that's just, but third phase, they did this video of somebody submitted in a photo on Google Maps. It was one of their shows, quick show, whatever. And it showed that freaking craft flying above a subdivision. I swear. I can't find it. Can I find it? I can't find it.
They removed a lot of videos over the years, so maybe it was removed, but they might remember it.
I think I even mentioned it to them before and just didn't get a bite from them, right? Because they're so busy with, and like, who am I, right? to ask for a silly image, and they just go, well, check the YouTube channel, go right ahead. I'm like, oh my God, you don't understand. You got like 2,000, 3,000 videos. You know, so yeah.
Hey,
so
that's amazing.
Yeah, man.
I love that story. Yeah. And Bob's been sitting here for a minute. I want to say hi to Bob. Bob, what are you doing? Eating cereal?
Hey, what's up, Mr. Richie?
How you doing, man?
The night is good for you?
The night does good for me.
Yes. And you're ready for my topic?
I think so.
Yes. Then I believe you are ready, Richie.
I'm a little scared.
Yes, so my topic tonight is very deep. And I felt
How deep?
Well, it's very deep, Richie. I felt I need like taking all of this thing in me to talk about it to that community. And
say
about,
what?
Yeah,
you need to
it's about digesting what is in me and giving it back to the community. So that moment is very unique, Richie. And I have something that would come later. But no, seriously, it's about those men and women and women who will become clown. Because in this life, Richie, we will all become a clown for someone else. And that is an important thing. And when you think about this secret, to leave that humanity behind you and to be fully naked, to perform a act. And talking about truth, performing, just like Corbell and Knapp, they are clown. They used to be man, real man. But then you need to follow that process. You need to become a clown for others so that they can grow and understand from the cornfield. There you go, Richie.
I thought of it, man. Believe me. Don't think I haven't.
I know.
I think Knapp's fatigued, though, Bob. Fatigue makes, little men out of all of us, breaks everybody down.
Yeah.
And I think that, I think he looked to draw some energy from Corbell, and Corbell maybe to light a fire under him again and get him interested in the topic and get him moving again, and kind of used Corbell for that. But I don't know if it's working. He looked in that hearing, he was scrunched in there, but I mean it with love. He looked awful though. He didn't look good. And so he looked really beat down from the travel, from the flight. And he's getting down towards where he's, really burning the candle at both ends here a little bit.
The main goal of a clown is planting seed in your imagination. And I think on that field, they're doing pretty good.
Oh, well, yeah. Knapp did it the best out of anybody, man. Him and Art Bell were the best at putting the whole community together and getting everybody really interested in it. Knapp kind of has been carrying the torch now for a long time, because Art Bell was on and off. He left for a while and came back and then left again. And but yeah, he's done great to keep it going. But he's, like I said, he looks tired.
He does look a little worn out, and he's not young, right? Isn't he 72 or something?
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, that's not young. That's old.
Richie,
yeah.
I have a question for you. Do you know about the story about Jack and the bean and the Jack and the bean thing?
The beanstalk.
Jack and the beanstalk.
Yeah, exactly. And because I'm French, so in English it's kind of complicated.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with that story.
On the technology level.
Okay.
Let's say you meet someone like a whole clown that gives you those seeds, that tells you that deal with them. It might show you something, and then tell me about that. You're ready for that things that gonna reach you to the sky, probably meeting giants and things and stuff. And tell me about that, Richie.
I think what you want me to say is comparing it to technological language, I guess.
Yeah. What would you do with those seeds of technology? Telling you that this thing, if you plant them in the whole ground dirt thing, it might grow something very different that change your life.
Yeah, you're asking something that is so hard for me to imagine that I couldn't do that to the planet without knowing what it would do to the planet. So how do I test it in a small area without contaminating the planet?
That question, Richie? Because I'm pulling myself in a kind of a advanced alien race dealing with human. That's the alien first contact. They will give you those seed of destruction or creation, and it will be up to you to deal with it. That's what we're dealing with. That Jack and the Giant being stuck, you say, or I don't know, is a super interesting story about contact and that UFO field, as you might say.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Bob. I think to kind of take that another step would be that's why they haven't told us, man. That's why they're holding all this back, because I think the sad truth is, and that they think everyone's going to freak out about, which is that, man, they probably made us, dude, and they're at the very least they're testing us and playing with us all the time, and that every once in a while, every however many thousand years, they decide that, hey, it's time to wipe up and start over, and they just wipe us out. And what are they going to do? Come out and tell us, hey, every once in a while, these people who created us, they're just going to kill everybody, you know? And then, just so you know, everybody's going to die here in such a certain amount of time. And they're worried about, what else could it be, man? It can't be abductions. We hear about abductions all the time. Like, it can't be about just the technology. I mean, it's something I think over time that they could deal with.
You're talking about abduction. That's an interesting a door you're opening right there. Because you remember Richard Dolan talking about those Wilson files? You're not supposed to talk about abduction. And I remember that you're not supposed to talk about abduction because that concept is not supposed to be real. And I see like this is totally bullshit, because I believe in abduction. I mean, I believe in insectoid entity that if you follow like those rules, they're abducting for every kind of reason.
I think it's possible, Bob. I think abductions are possible, but I think that they were probably a lot more prevalent long ago. And you know, I mean, you don't need to keep coming back to the well that you already know all the time. And I think they probably still happen today, but they're very rare, man. I think that if they see something that's abnormal, they might come down and scoop you up. But I don't think it's nearly as prevalent as people think.
I don't want anybody to come on here without getting a chance to speak. Larky Derry, thank you for hanging out and being patient. What did you want to add to this, or did you want to go a different route with something that was on your mind?
Really, well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, yeah.
We're all good. No, it was really just what Will was saying. It's became very apparent to me that a lot of UFO videos that was put up by random members of the public don't last very long, especially on YouTube. Like, every time I was getting a YouTube video or something of a UFO that I thought was interesting, maybe want to send it to a friend or something, link it to them, I would just put it in my Discord. See the amount of videos when I go back through my wee UFO section, it's devastated. Like, there's hardly anything there. So these things get taken down all the time. Now, normally when you put up a YouTube video, you kind of forget about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's there, you know it's there, but you're not going to go and take it down, not unless there's something really bad with it or something like that. So these YouTube videos that you see of UFOs are constantly taken down, constantly. And the thing that troubles me with that is when I was looking for stuff back in the day and I was trying to find information, I found a lot of information round about the time where I had seen stuff. And I tried to keep it all because I was like, all right, well, if they were in Scotland, they must have been somewhere else. Somewhere else must have seen them. So I've seen them in Belgium, the Netherlands, different countries in Europe within the same week, let's say. All those videos are gone. Can't find any of them. And I've got them saved. They're just not there. The video's been taken down. I don't know. It's I hear this for so many people that I've had either a sighting, and it doesn't have to be it could be anything. It could be an orb. It could be some sort of spaceship. It could be, even if it's just planes. Do you know what I mean? These things get taken all the time. And I take it everybody else realizes that. I take it you all have the same feeling that whatever information, even if it is a good video or if it's something that's got like kind of a bit of credibility to it. I know nowadays with CGI and AI and stuff, it can be taken easy. But for most people, like for example, Will, he was saying his thing was in 2014, it's going to be extremely hard for him to find anything if that makes
anything
sense.
that's a couple of years old
at all. So I was just wondering, like, what do you think about why that happens? Because I don't. For me, I don't believe that these people that put this up are going and taking that down.
Where is the point? Where he's going?
He's wondering why people who post videos, they eventually get taken down, whether they're, something mundane or anything that looks like a UFO eventually gets taken off the internet, depending, not all of them, but what's that? Right? Am I right, Larky?
Yeah, pretty much. Everything that goes up that seemed credible doesn't stay for long.
And I'm going to get to Dorothy next, but I believe the reason they take him down is exactly what you were saying. It's they don't want us to know anything. And anything that looks close to what they're showing us. Hold on, let me say that again. Anything that looks close to what's happening, and if anything looks close to what people witnessed, I think they take it down. And I think that's what Jeremy Corbell does. He gets videos that aren't of real UFOs, but of mundane things, and they look like what other people have seen and reported, but he tries to get away with it. I don't know. It's very strange. He can lie that way. He can get away with saying anything he wants. But Dorothy, hi. Thank you for coming on the show.
Finally got my microphone unmuted, I think.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little delayed because I'm on Wi-Fi, and it'll probably start glitching just because it's on Wi-Fi for a minute.
We'll deal. That's okay.
I think that if we don't push disclosure, all of us who've had experiences, have seen craft, have seen orbs, if we don't speak up long and loud, this is going to disappear for another 22 years.
Where,
until a new generation that never heard about it, all of a sudden, there's big things in the sky that we don't know what they are. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's been going on for so long, and the campaign to discredit people who've had these experiences, it's ruined people's lives. You know what I'm saying? For generations on. So this secrecy thing has got to go. If we stand in the light of truth, this secrecy stuff has to go.
I love what you're saying, but where do we go and do all this and demand? Nobody's going to care. That's what sucks.
That's the thing, Richie. If you come out and talk, you're going to end up like a drunk dude. You're going to end up like a clown. That's the message I was talking to you. Those men and women becoming clown, it's real. I mean, they're not clown at first, but when you talk about the subject, you will become a clown. You're going to get an aggressive dude. You're going to become a drug addict. You're going to become
I know. Yeah, they try that now. They already do that now.
You're unstable. You're this way. You're that way. And that campaign has been ongoing and pushed out from this group that's trying to keep everything secret for 80 years, people. 80 years. You think it just happened starting this century? Are you kidding me? No way. Get the history, man.
Dorothy, do you have any idea, and if anybody has an idea of what I can do, you can do to get their attention about the public wanting to have disclosure?
We can start forming coalitions and communities that are cooperative instead of competitive. We can start making alliances and sharing profits amongst one another. You could create your own Bitcoin lookalike. I don't know. You know, I'm not a modern person, but I have seen this whole thing roll out over and over and over. And there have been several attempts. The last major attempt was Dr. Greer in 2001. And then 6 weeks later, oh, wow, we have to go to war. The Twin Towers fell 6 weeks after that gigantic revelation from all those witnesses that were from my father's era. Good heavens. How much more obvious is it, this campaign to discredit the entire history here in favor of, oh, we've got something that's so novel. You know, it's like bring in the history, the actual history here.
I mean,
so many people coming on don't even know anything about it because they weren't even born when the Twin Towers came down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dorothy,
okay,
you're
I'm out of
so
here.
right.
I want to rant, and it's not my platform to rant. But I just wanted to step up, speak my onions, and I want to see more goof on gals up here. I'm sick of sitting in with all the guys. I mean, I love you guys, I do, but there's too many of you and not enough of us. So, ladies, get ready.
Thanks, Dorothy. Appreciate it. But
if I could, Rich, I mean, I think she's exactly right, but this is exactly why when you have an opportunity like a congressional hearing, this is why everyone didn't want Grush as the front row, because at some point in time, if you don't get evidence, something that's tangible, these congressional people will turn around away from it. They don't want to hear more stories. It's important when we get these moments that we get someone like a Snowden, get someone in there who's going to say something so that Kevin McCarthy, who's supposed to set up the select committee, says, holy shit, man, there's all these videos. We got pieces of a craft, or we have some kind of thing that's firsthand. We got to go ahead and look into it. It's just more stories. And you know, I'm irritated that they're not going further and getting Russia clearance to go back in. But I can't lie. If I'm going to be fair, can you blame them? It's just we keep giving them stories. At what point do we want them to take it serious? Get somebody with some reality in there.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back. You know, it's never going to change, unfortunately. It's so frustrating. Ice Cream Shots, how long have you been studying UFOs?
I mean, I've listened to Arbel since I was a kid.
Okay.
On and off with my dad. But I mean, I started like really going full deep in probably about 2015.
Okay. Yeah. I was just curious because, you know, I could sense that you've been through some shit, you know, with this field, with the way things are. Like, you get it. You have to be here. You have to be here a minute to understand the cycles. Conundrum, it looked like you wanted to say something as well.
Yeah, a solution to how we could get this out. I think Trump Trump had it right. We just stormed the White House. Everybody just stand up, and we're saying it now on Goof On.
No,
so
we're
it's
not.
Area 51.
No, we're not.
Oh.
He never said storm the White House. Oh, not that kind of show.
Sorry.
I'm messing with you, but he never said that.
But never they tried to storm Area 51. The big group.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Not there, though. We need something like that, but somewhere else.
Right. You need to make noise, and, you know, you need to get a bunch of people to do it with you.
They can control this crap, these videos and what you say and what's put out on the internet. The internet is under the control it always has been. That's where the internet came from, was the military. Don't you think they have some kind of control? And so with this said, to get it really out there, we need to storm the White House. I'm just saying, on Rich's show.
Don't say that.
Oh, sorry. I should say that, eh? Oh, sorry.
Just for the record, I don't want to say anything to do with any storming of anything. I am a simple man in Michigan. I have nothing to do with this, but go ahead.
I'm willing to come to the States for that. But I'm just saying, we need to make a noise, make a ruckus. Maybe not storm an area, but definitely get it there in public. Because they're controlling the internet. They're controlling what people are saying, what's being released, and we're relying on these money-hungry people that just want to jump on this stupid bandwagon to feed off people's curiosity. You know, what is it? Weaponize your curiosity. And so it just, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, we need to get out there. We need to get away from social media and get out there and actually pull something off. Like, throw a rally. Why not?
It's been done, though, hasn't it? That's been done, right, Rich?
I don't remember.
They did a march, didn't they?
In
the 90s?
That is just assuming that the information is going to come from America.
There was that's what everybody's assuming. It's going to come from us, right? That's true.
No, it won't.
Like the Japanese or something. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the times where I see like these huge big UFO cons and the conferences and stuff that they have, it's very, very Americanized. Like, I know a lot of them are trying to make money out of it and stuff, But I have a sneaky suspicion that if these things are here in our skies, it's got to be global. There's got to have been at some point where the top leaders of countries sat down and said, right, we all have to be on board with this. If like the same as Antarctica, we need a treaty that we can agree on here.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, who's to stop China turning around tomorrow and saying, like, yeah, we've got UFOs, we've got aliens, beat to the punch. I mean, look at India landing in that spacecraft on the moon the other day there. They were supposedly only had managed to do that for $75 million. Do you know what I mean? So
no, I agree with you.
If you're going down the roads of other countries exploring into space, then it could come from anywhere.
I agree with you, Larky, but I think a lot of it could be a global kind of maybe underground group that of everybody that works together. But it could also be that these other countries have evidence, but it's not very good. And when you look at the stigma, they put out a video that's not very good, and their country's a laughing stock. Oh, these idiots believe in UFOs, and they're maybe standing back behind saying, "Let the U.S. take this L here on this one. Let them look stupid." You know, if they've got good evidence, they'll put it out anyway. If they don't, you know, we can go ahead and move on.
All right, the technology aspect of that would keep it from any country putting out the evidence. I think the evidence that they had would be so like technologically explicit for them to learn off of. I think there would be a huge pushback for anybody that actually had like a craft or anything really. Like it could even be a type of metal that they found that they don't have on the periodic table. And even something small like that, they're going to be like, well, wait a minute, we need to figure out what this is. Where did it come from? How do we do it? I think there'll be a lot of pushback, but there's got to be some sort of like global thing because, well, let's think of the countries that this happens in. You're talking like Brazil, Argentina. I mean, they're not really getting on with America. Do you know what I mean? Chile, all these South American countries, that are constantly seeing UFOs. It's not so much maybe in Europe. But when you start looking for ones in Europe, you do find them. Now, 9 times out of 10, it's somebody with a drone or a blimp or letting off a Chinese lantern or something. But there's other ones that do stand out to you and you go, I can't explain that.
Well,
and then you're left in limbo.
Not only do we have to do something, you know, as civilians in the community, it's very hard to gather people together and to get that kind of play that we want on mainstream media, right? So the thing is, they're still laughing at us. During the Republican debate, they, 14 years ago, I showed where Dennis Kucinich was, asked about a UFO he saw, and everybody started laughing. And then just jump forward, to what happened 2 nights ago. And they asked Chris Christie about it, and everybody's just hysterical laughing just at the idea that they're talking about UFOs. And how are we going to break through when that's still happening? After all the things we've been through the last 6 years and all the mainstream media play, they're still laughing.
Yeah, well, I think the younger generation take it more on board than the older generation because they were brought up with the fact that if anybody's seen a UFO, they were ridiculed, laughed at. That was a common, it still is to this day, that's the common first reaction. Oh, you seen a UFO? What were you smoking? What drugs were you taking? Do you know what I mean? Were you drunk? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Rich, Chris Christie, he doesn't know anything about the topic, though.
I
mean, he's got to make a joke to play it off that he's not an idiot about it, because it is something that's been, talked about. That guy doesn't know UFO, UAP. He hasn't got a clue. And so I think they just kind of lean on that as a crutch,
But even the girl who was asking, the girl who moderates it, she was the one who started laughing, and then the crowd's laughing. It's just bizarre. It's like, when are you going to grow up? I mean, these things really happen. People see stuff. There's tons of evidence that we'll never see, but there is evidence. Very frustrating.
That's the thing. It's just the stigma's so strong. I mean,
still,
the government's reinforced that UFOs are a joke so much throughout decades. It's so powerful, the stigma. They can't even get rid of it. They're struggling to get rid of it.
That's perfect. Yep.
I like Dorothy's comment. She says that the United Nations have a hand in making sure that all the countries play ball. And that to me makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Monkey Man Oh, go ahead, real quick.
I was gonna say, Sacred. You think that the government's really trying to get rid of it, though? I mean, I feel like Sean Kirkpatrick is just kind of smashing it more and enforcing the stigma more with what he's saying.
Well, yeah, I'd say there's like two facts. There's get rid of the stigma, and there's some people who want to enforce it. Like Kirkpatrick, he's either in on it, or he truly believes that the whole UFO thing is just nonsense, or he's part of the cover-up. It's either or.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lou's crew, Fravor and Grush and Bigelow and Mellon and everybody, I think they're all on the side of trying to get rid of the stigma, because I think they have multiple reasons of why they want disclosure of some kind, at least, and whatever that means. But I still feel like Sean Kirkpatrick is kind of the spearhead for the government to once again smash forward and knock all of this disclosure down. Because it's like when Grush and him are going back and forth, it's those two. It's OSAP versus the government again. So it's like this David and Goliath fight.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening, and there's infighting going on. But the thing is that interesting that Kirkpatrick said is that he's seen everything, and he has clearance. He has pretty much every kind of clearance he needs to see if this thing is real, and he says there's no evidence of it. So I'm really interested in that, because Grush said he's contacted Kirkpatrick and he's offered to give information that pretty much confirms what he's saying, and apparently Kirkpatrick hasn't followed up with them, and Kirkpatrick's saying this isn't real. So that's why I mentioned Kirkpatrick either being on the cover up or just him just believing that the whole phenomenon is just not real.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, I'm on the side of that. Kirkpatrick is definitely meant to kind of shut everything down at this point. What do you think, Rich? What do you think about Kirkpatrick, huh?
I'm just trying to not die. I think Kirkpatrick is playing for the other side and will do anything to curtail anybody's curiosity about UFOs being off-world. He's the biggest problem, or he's the biggest truth sayer out there.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he's full of shit.
Do you think
so you're saying he's a switch hitter? Is that what you're saying?
He's a switch hitter, bottom feeder. Yep.
Right.
Let me ask everybody this. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, let me ask everybody this. This might be interesting. Do you guys think that if Kirkpatrick had all the clearances that he said, if he got to look around everywhere he said, do you think he found nothing, or do you think he found something and they said, shut your mouth?
They told him to shut his mouth. Come on. You got to think, if this stuff is real, which I think a lot of stuff is real. That's just me. Maybe I'm gullible. I don't know. But with that said, a lot of stuff can't be said because they will just blatantly die, and they got to watch what they say. And a lot of these hearings, a lot of these people are talking, and they do have to watch what they say because it'll be their last word, which will never get out. You know what I mean? So if you want to get it out, and this is why I said the government is lying about this, you'll be safe crap. They want to find them. It's the government has never been involved and never will be involved. Well, they will be involved. Sorry. They never were. It was all black project underneath the government, hidden. So the governments didn't even know. And the ones that did know, well, let me tell you what, they're not around. So
after Roswell, what were the other major UFO finds, like crash retrievals that we know about?
Canada had one. We even made a vintage coin about it.
Cool.
Grenada.
Russia. I know Russia has that video out that might or might not be real. I'm not so sure it's UFOs. I don't know. The time that Roswell happened, there were so many sightings going on. How could it not be?
It could be man-made, and but I want to know though. At this point in my life, like I said before earlier in the show, I want to know. It's driving me crazy almost. Right? It's almost taken over my life. Almost. Not that bad. Not that bad. But just saying, I just want to know. Right?
We all do, man.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, mate. I just want to know what it is I've seen. That's it.
That's it. I don't care who or what, when. The next question will be why, or and all that stuff. But the first major question is who. I seen it. I know it's there. It's not a UFO because I know it's flying. I know it's there. I know the shape. Now it's who, right? Who is flying it? Is it,
That's the big mystery.
That's the big mystery.
That's it. I mean, my ones are very easy. It's either drones or it's aliens because no human could survive it.
Right.
They couldn't be in a craft doing that sort of speed or turns or they just could rip the lungs out of you.
And what evidence do we actually have showing us that these are aliens flying them? I don't know of any.
There isn't any. Well, people speculated or made up whatever, but
I know.
Yeah, there's no evidence. Zero.
That's the one thing that's. It's always it's easier to show UFOs, but if they're going to show us fake aliens, it better be good. It better be like that. What's the one that they keep showing? What is that? Science Bob? What is the one?
I was going to say Bob Perkins, but it's not him. Damn it. I'm just...
Science Bob, yeah.
Science Bob, right?
Who is that? Anyway, nobody knows who made that video, if it's CGI
is that
or whatever.
From a film? That thing?
Yeah, he's on the bed. There's a bunch of doctors around. It's an old one.
No.
And it looks almost real, but could be a stage shot.
About the grainy one where the wee thing's sitting blinking and stuff, yeah?
It's in my intro, my show. You see it. Skinny Bob. That's
that
what it is.
one.
Skinny
That's
Bob.
the infant, the small one.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what you thought about Skinny Bob, because I wasn't around for when that video. I wasn't around at GoofOn when that video came out. So, what do you think about that video? Because
that video
did see
came
it back
out
in the day.
Yeah, I remember when it came out, and I always said it looked fake. The eyes the eyes look almost good, but not perfect. The CGI that was done. What bothers me is when people say it would take a long time to make that if somebody was to do it. Yeah, and people have nothing but time.
Right.
And every time somebody says something like that, I'm like, why would you say that? It's like when Jaime Maussan tried defending the aliens that were photographed in the field, and he goes, nobody can afford to make a dummy like this. Like, what are you talking about? $200 I can make this, you dummy. Dummy.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you don't want to blow the story, though, Rick. You're trying to blow his money.
I know, and this was it. This was the aliens. They were showing us. What the hell just happened?
I mean, it is. Oh wait, are we still here?
Yeah, we're here, but I clicked on something and everything. My whole screen changed. I don't know what I did.
No, I was gonna say. I mean, the CGI. Some of these CGI artists are incredible. I mean, when you look at Skinny Bob, stuff like that, I know people say the time frame of when that came out. I'm telling you, man, you need to take a look at some of the CGI people are able to do. It's good, and you got to remember, not every guy who works at Paramount is the greatest CGI guy. You have people in other countries that they don't have a job, but they're amazing and they're talented, and you'll never hear about them. You never hear about the best people in the world at something. That's typically how it works.
I do have to throw this out there real quick. David Wilcox threw down $25 on PayPal. Thank you very much for the super PayPal support, Mr. Wilcox. Didn't want to let that go too long because sometimes they don't show up quickly on PayPal.
Hold on a
Thank
second.
you.
Is it 9 o'clock? Damn it.
No.
Is it
15 minutes?
Oh, man. Oh, I had a bet with David Wilcox. You wouldn't see it before. No, I said after 9. I said, no, he'll see it after 9. That's what's rich. And I said, I'll put $5 down if he sees it after. Or
wow.
Yeah. So I got to pay $5 in because you've seen it before 9.
Wow.
I thought after 9. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, Rich. It's going to a good cause, right?
The best. That's funny, actually. That is funny.
I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat saying that they can't really discuss anything that they may have seen with their family or their friends.
Yeah.
I think that comes back into the whole ridiculing someone that's seen a UFO or something. I don't know where we ever got, I mean, maybe I'm not old enough to know, but where did we ever get this mindset that if you see a UFO, you have to be laughed at? Because, I mean, I used to do it when I was younger. before I seen something, I thought everybody to do with UFOs was just talking nonsense. I thought they were just reading comic books and watching too many films. Until I seen it for myself, and I was like, well, I can't explain that. So, yeah, it worries me the fact that people feel that they can't even have a discussion about it. That's why it's really, really good.
I would like to chime in about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Social media. They're right there in a nutshell. They created the whole stigma behind it all.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Well, where else would you get it from?
Well, what
it
about
used
the
to be
Condon
from.
report, though? What about Condon, Blue Book? I mean, a lot of it stemmed from there too, though, right? I mean,
But did they go around with that book, like the Bible, and preach it to everyone?
Well, I mean, I think it's just word of mouth, though. Will, you know what I mean? Like over time, people say Condon said it was crap. There's no UFOs, you know, and then people all say, this guy's crazy. I mean, we've heard people are crazy since way before social media, though, right?
Yeah.
Yes and no, because you probably had more time to see these things because you didn't have social media as much.
Nope.
So the sightings may have been more hushed about it.
But as soon as they made it to the airwaves, nuts, crazy, laughter.
Right, because they probably had a lot of stories out there that sounded pretty bizarre.
Yep.
Right? And so everybody's come to the forefront to say something. But I think Third Phase said it. Other people have said it. You got to sift through the BS and then find the true evidence. And what? 99% of it's BS and 1% of it's truth or something like that? Or is it 90-10 or right? So the ratio is just horrid. And but it is what it is, I guess, right? If you open up that can of worms, you're going to get all the worms, you know?
I mean,
you're not just going to get one worm.
A lot of the videos that are from like maybe the 60s or the 70s where people are talking about UFOs because you can instantly rule out things like drones or certain aircraft, or we now know what the aircraft were, so we can speculate if they've seen a V-wing or if they've seen something it was, or where they were that they've seen it. We can like surmise what it would have been. Where there's other ones that are like, remember the one I showed you for the lassie that was standing in an island talking about the orange orbs? That was, to me, that was like validating, because I'm like, well, wait a minute, this is 1968 or something, and she's seen the same stuff that I've seen. Like, how's that possible?
It is. That's why the longer you stay in this field, the more stuff comes around. And like, I have videos that I had no explanation for, and then all of a sudden somebody else captured it 15 years later, something very similar. Never throw anything away. Always keep your stuff and, you know, keep going. Just reference everything to what you see. Huh?
Yeah, I do that. I put all my wires in one box in the corner of my room, and I just keep everything.
Everything. The only one?
Oh, sorry. We're not talking about hoarding. Oh, sorry about that. I know. But no, I do keep everything. Oh, but yeah, anyway, sorry.
About what?
I thought we just, I don't know. I'm just trying to be Canadian, eh? Sorry about that.
I know, it's entertaining.
Is it?
Yeah. It's good. We got bets going on too.
yeah, sorry.
I'm joking. I think
can't
that's
believe
funny.
You fucking won that though. Shit.
That's funny, actually. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I think he'll do it after because he's in the calls and he's not going to worry and he's going to be damn it.
Andrea Coran made it. I can hear you too. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
You hear me?
Thank you. Yeah, very clearly. Yeah.
Yeah, I've to you guys talk of this.
You're cutting out.
Say something about the Mexico sighting, because you guys were talking about how they said it whale wells and they disproved it, but that's not true. They said that they looked at the stuff the time that the UFOs were seen and felt that the oil wells were completely off as they related to the
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Mexican government doesn't want her to talk.
Yeah.
You can't?
Nah, you cut out for about 20 seconds. Yeah, the UFOs over Mexico or whatever, those from 2004, whatever, there's two sides to that. Some people say it was debunked. Others say it wasn't because the government's trying to cover it up. Somebody said they flew that same route and didn't see any of the oil wells or anything. Then somebody else said they flew the route and saw the oil wells and everything. So I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, I don't believe they were the oil wells. I don't think that could happen. I really don't think that could happen.
It matched up a little bit, though, but it didn't. It did and it didn't. It was very interesting. But they said those UFOs were all around them, not just there.
Yeah. So how are oil wells going to be all around you up in the sky?
It wasn't. Of course they were UFOs. How cool was that?
Yeah. Well, you know what? And again, I thought they declassified all the sightings in Mexico and encouraged all the pilots to report everything. So I think their conference is going to be very interesting.
I think so. I think we're going to be extremely pleased.
Yeah, I think so.
It's September.
September?
Yeah, and don't have the date yet, right? Does anybody know if that's been confirmed yet?
Another thing is that if we want to do something to light a fire under these guys' asses, Congress, and I really don't think it's them. I think it's the Pentagon that's trying to keep everything hush-hush.
Oh, yeah.
But like Tim Burchett said, write letters, not just emails. Physical letters that they can, hold in their hand and see your personality and see your handwriting. And I think that would help, definitely. Either that or have a rally.
The Mexico thing is going to be September 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. I'll put
That's a strange time.
Yeah.
It says 4 p.m.
4 p.m. Eastern?
No,
yeah.
It says 4 p.m. Central, which is 5 p.m.
Okay, so
Eastern.
it would be 6 here.
What is it? Central, Mountain, Pacific. So it's Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. So it's 5 p.m. Eastern. Am I right or am I wrong?
If it's 4 Central, then it's 6 Eastern, because we're 2 hours away.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll double check, but yeah, good stuff. I appreciate you bringing that up again, because I always liked that sighting. Always curious about it.
Yeah, and they've had a lot of sightings in Mexico.
I was on a TV show and had to talk about that.
I don't understand how there's no evidence when people are taking videos of all these UFOs. How can they possibly say there's no evidence?
Because they're all dots. They're all blurry. There's no real good evidence. You know that. If there was, that person would be on the news right now.
Think? I wonder.
No, they would. Well, maybe not.
I think a lot of times these spooks find out and they come and knock into your house and they say, give us your evidence. Or else.
I'm sure it's happening. Yeah. I mean, that's why I said yesterday, if anybody has any evidence that's really good, don't talk to anyone about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about it. You really got to trust somebody. You don't go to the news because they'll tell somebody who will tell somebody.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So who do you go to? Can't go to MUFON because they can't keep their mouth shut.
I guess you would go to somebody like Tim Burchett. Someone that you think
no.
You don't think you can trust them?
No way.
Why? Do you think he's linked to the Pentagon or something?
Because he's a politician.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. And he likes to talk and he likes to be the guy, and I think he would like to tell people about that. Hey, I got something here I can't talk about, but you got to promise me you don't talk about it. And that's how it happens. And I can't trust him over that. I see it. Who else is there? Who else?
I don't know.
I know. It's difficult.
Maybe Dr. Greer.
I thought about it, but...
Well, who else you have to trust somebody. You just can't put all your eggs in one basket to Fed.
I'm in the field, and I don't even know who I would go to.
Yeah.
It's definitely got to be somebody that the mainstream public would trust right away.
News Nation.
Yeah,
I don't think you could even go there because of Grush, man. You have to have somebody that everybody can agree with. It's hard.
I would try Tucker. Yeah. I would try to get a hold of him.
You could.
I like Cuomo.
You know what I would do?
He's got a pretty good show.
I would go to kind of like somebody like you're probably gonna laugh, but like hear me out. I would go to somebody like The Rock, or I would go to somebody like Logan Paul, or somebody that's really popular like that people believe right off the gate. I would.
That is an incredible idea.
Well, Logan Paul
$100,000.
He already claims to already have had actually credible video, and he claims.
Oh yeah, that he stole.
No, that's why.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to release it. So I mean, no,
sure,
definitely not
Logan Paul stuff though. But that's his stuff.
Is that the one that he got from Fox? Supposedly,
he secretly obtained it while wearing a secret camera, like a spy.
Yeah.
So the video is garbage. That's probably why he doesn't want to put it out.
I mean, of course.
It probably looks like crap. I mean, but if he brought him something good and said, "Hey, this is mine," put it out there. I mean, it's. You got to take it to somebody who people will all listen to. On both sides of all this,
Joe Rogan.
It's a camcorder.
Yeah, that's probably the best one, man. Yeah.
Joe Rogan's the idea. He knows Alex Jones. Alex Jones, who would tell you who not to go to. I'm sure. That's it.
Thing is, it's like
I think that's a good idea.
These researchers that's been in the field for a long time that are actually still alive. They're still here. It bothers me that they don't even have the evidence. Like Greer.
Who are you talking about?
The guys that's been around in the field since the 70s.
Okay, but who?
Heineck. What's his name? Valet, Jacques Valet. Like people.
Valet, yeah.
He should have the most evidence. He should have something. He should have something to say after decades of research. These guys like that, where are they at? They're just like quiet. They're somewhere hidden. And we have Corbell, but there's guys that's been in the field.
I think everybody,
because he's been grifting the whole time.
I think everyone's being threatened, is what I think. That's what I think. Everyone's being threatened.
I mean, I think Valet and these people, though, they've never had a good contact in their life, though. I mean, that's why they don't. You know what I mean? It's a lot of people like Richard Dolan, which I don't mean to bash guy or anything, but it's more people that just say they have sources and they can never ever tell you, and there's never anything that comes out because they're not there. In my opinion, like the good video evidence or good photos, the stuff's buried, man. These guys that have YouTube channels are nowhere near any of it. Not even Corbell. And then Corbell recently saying that he has contacts with people, firsthand knowledge. It's really getting wild out there what these guys are going to do now to try to continue their fame with all this stuff. It's crazy. That guy doesn't have a single fucking contact, man, of anything. It's crazy.
And it's in the name too, in the title of how they present it too, right? Contact in the desert. Now, how often do you think you're going to contact somebody in the desert? If you went out in the desert now and just start walking, do you think you're going to contact someone? No, there's nobody out there. So contact in the desert, that name really
I think that
filled in, right? They don't have anything. It's like it's all buried. It's you'll go for miles and miles and miles, and it'll be still nothing. Well,
it was a TV show.
Well, and a lot of people are forgetting.
They have that every year.
They do, yeah. But there's nothing there, right? They're sifting. You just contact in the desert. And in theory, you would never get contacted in the desert. There'd be nothing in the desert. That's why they call it desert. You go there to die.
I think it's more about people contacting each other, being together. And I know Greer goes there. I don't know if it's a C5 thing or not, but I think he would probably consider that contact if he got a reaction out of a ball of light,
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, right in your face.
No, that's true too. And actually, I know of a gentleman, by name of Anthony Peaks, and he was doing stuff in Contact in the Desert. So it wasn't really about, it was about his books and what he's done. And he went to Contact in the Desert. So really, I myself could go there without the whole Jeremy Corbell thing. I could go there for Anthony Peaks, right? I could do that.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that show up there. because it's a meeting place.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
If I had really good video evidence or something like that, I would probably be Richie and Amy, something like that. That's exactly what somebody just said there in the chat. That would be the best way to go, in my opinion. But then, if it was so brilliant, you would end up on the news, or you would end up.
Oh yeah.
The good thing about that is having like many hard copies that they can't steal from you. Like when people show up and say like, "Yo, you can't show that." You'd be like, "That's not me. It's my pal, and I've gave it to this guy and that guy and that. It's not me anymore. I'm not doing
it."
Well, that's where we got to call an end to the show tonight. I want to thank you guys and ladies for hanging out. Larky Derry, Sacred Teachings. Andrea, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much for hanging out.
I'll be back.
You'll be back.
I'll be back.
I hope so.
You'll have some video evidence by then.
Yeah. And ice cream shots, Dorothy.
One more thing.
Got to make it quick.
Yeah, so remember the video you showed about Donald Kehoe, and it was the news,
50s,
from the 50s. If you guys want to hear about more sightings and stuff like that from the 50s, Donald Kehoe actually wrote a book. It's called Flying Saucers Are Real. There's an audio book on YouTube. You can check that out, and he pretty much gives details of all the sightings, and you pretty much get more knowledge and information regarding sightings in the past. I thought it was good.
That sounds cool.
Thank you. And with that, Sacred Teachings, Rod, where can people find you on the internet, or do you want them to?
Just like that on YouTube. Sacred Teachings on YouTube.
Nice. Larky Derry, how about you? You want to tell everybody where to find you?
Yeah, mine's is just Larky Derry on YouTube, but it's really only music now, so yeah.
Nice. Wilka.
Hey, Rich.
Where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me on TikTok. They can find me on YouTube and Twitter under Conundrum. So
Conundrum. Ice cream shots. Same question.
Yeah, you can find me right here on YouTube. I got a show. It's called Terrestrial Material.
And when is that on?
Material.
Terrestrial Material. That is on Saturdays. We do UFOs, gaming, and MMA, but mostly UFOs. Yeah.
Saturday, what time?
7 o'clock right now.
Eastern?
Yes, Eastern time.
Good to know. Good to know. Yeah. Okay.
I know I'm running into you, Rich. I know, but my co-host is the only time you can do it right now.
No, I don't like doing Saturdays at that time anymore.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm glad. That's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good. Well, good luck, and thank you for coming on. And Andrea Coran, anything, anywhere, anybody can find you if you want.
They can all find me on planet Earth, Richie.
I love that answer. I do. Good. Well, thank you for hanging out and being supporter of the show. Everybody, thank you. I'm going to kick you guys out, and I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. So thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Sacred Teachings, Larky Derry, Wilka, Ice Cream Shots, and everybody else. Dorothy chimed in and a few others. Can't thank you enough. So we did it again. We'll be back next Friday to do this every Friday. I'm going to keep trying it because I think it's interesting. And I like the conversation. Tonight, I think, was it may have been the best conversations we had regarding ufology and the current state it's in and where we're going and what people are doing in this field. So I appreciate the input. It's always nice to know what the public really thinks. And I think we need to scream a little louder, make a lot of noise. Obviously, I just said that. And let it be known that we're not going away and we want answers. And we know you got them, but we could be a fly in the ointment until we need to step it up. And I think we need to step it up. I don't know what to do. The only thing I can think of is if I keep making videos challenging the government and make it something like, maybe a 2-minute video, 3-minute video. Say, I challenge the government, we need answers. They keep putting whistleblowers story after story, but no evidence. Maybe if we could make videos like that and just put attention to, send it out to your representatives and shit like that. I think that might work. That'll get the it's not going to take just one try. We got to keep doing it and get and fill up their emails, and they're going to be like, what is this goof on shit? And then eventually they're going to figure it out and say, we got to get these people on. We got to talk to the public, and maybe something will trigger the mainstream media to give us a shot at telling what we think is happening. Because we're tired of the lies. We're tired of the dangling carrot. We're tired of hearing about the bodies and the craft. I've heard these stories for as long as I've been alive, just like you. We're ready, of course. The world isn't, because the government didn't do a good job on letting us know what's really going on. All they needed was to sell a threat to the government. How do you think that went on? If you look at the video we posted a couple of years ago from Santa Monica on the pier, people thought we were going to war with aliens. Good job. And they still think it today. So now we have to get away from that. But final thought, that does set the stage, especially with the attacks in Peru and Brazil and wherever else these aliens are landing, Vegas, sets the stage for the FFAI. False flag alien invasion. Coming soon to a country near you. You'll see. I have a feeling. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Mucho gusto, generoso. The support has been unbelievable. I want to thank Sven. Sven, well, those of you who know, gifted out, I think, 20 memberships today. I think it was Brooker's got one, Jay Griff, Watchdog. I believe, I'm not sure if these are all of you, Glenn Croy, Buddy Choo Choo. I have to go to the ones that have zeros on them because that was done today, and I can't thank him enough. That's crazy. Mr. D.B. Cooper, Samantha Morris, Rebecca, Denbub, Mike Johnson, Half Droid, David Wilcox, not Wilcock, Dinkamazi, Cuppy, William Bridges, Louis Ferraro, Threxbox, Jeffrey McIntyre, Jean-Paul Fartre, Gray Lancer, Cash 45, Josie, UK, Sky Allen, Paula Faust, Diane Boss, Tommy G, Rebecca Wiles, Glenn Petzold, TJ O'Connor, and Monkey Man. Sean, Johnny D, Bernie Muro, D's House Genetics, Jeff Gavi, The Angel of Goofon, Jeanette Angel, Bethany Cohn, All Things Good, Intergalactic Angler, DB Property Maintenance, Brett Harrison, Robert Shafi, William Oster, True BU, Ruthie B, Bad Boy Channel, Cthulhu Works, 666, Darcy Pease, Andrea Coran, Andrew Scott, Tony Introvert, Donna G, Tom C, Steve K, Lisa Sorensen, Hollywood, Sarah M, The Richest YouTube Channel, Billy Nice, Luis Barros, Seek, John Valonas, Brian Yates, Andy Cowley, Dorothy Hawkins, Mike Scully, Lantonios, Helen, Amanda Shale, Ben, the Yorkshire Gaffonian, Joshua 420, Jello Putin, Eggneck Face, David Rogue, Love Wins, Subject Truth. That's all it says. I know there's more to that. Subjective Truth. Ozzy Tiger, Loktaz 69, Derek Kennedy, Alien Girl 111, Francis Nolan, Davey Gall, Shannon Wilcox, Easy E 21, That Pool Guy, OKC, Ed Chouffet, Bob Birkins, Sven, That UFO Chick, Jim Neff, Cosmic Dave, Buddy Choo Choo, Glenn Croy, Props with a Z, Donovan, Metalhead, Watchdog, Jay Griff, Samo, Darkest Gooner, Brookers, Leadfoot, and again, Isaac Kenny. Thank you for supporting GoFund. With that being said, we'll be back this weekend. I don't know if we'll be back tomorrow or Sunday, but there'll be another members video, which I posted a few hours before the show. A little something, something just to keep you hungover, just to keep you I don't know. But thank you again. Longest outro in the history of Goof On tonight. We'll see you next time on Goof On. Be safe. Huh? Oh, yeah, true. Truthology for ufology. For you. That's it. Got it? Get it? All right. Be safe. Be kind. Alien blessed.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning. Warning. Failure. Control life. Warning.
Unidentified flying object.